Alright, so the purpose of this video is to show how you can have multiple accounts open in one Zoom and use those accounts to place into breakout rooms so you can monitor breakout rooms in with each account. So the first thing you need to do is you got to go to settings, advanced settings. I'm just going to search for the word browser actually. So I'm going to whenever however you want to find it, find the word show a join from your browser link, and you want to make sure that's turned on. So if you haven't, I think it's off by default, so make sure that's turned on. And then when I open a meeting, go to my office hours one. I'm just going to open it like regular, my normal default Zoom account. So here's my regular default Zoom. As you can see, the icon at the bottom and in the bottom bar. That's my main Zoom account. I'm gonna leave. I use this one as my primary account, so I'm gonna just minimize that. I'll move this to the other screen. All right. So once I do that, I'm going to copy my Zoom link, whether it's the one you just opened or if you have another place you store it. I'm just going to copy it here because it's already there. So I'm going to take that, and what we're trying to do does not work in Firefox. So I'm going to do it in Chrome. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste that link, make this bigger, paste the link, and I'm going to join the meeting as an attendee, and I am not going to open it in the Zoom application. So I'm going to push cancel there. I'm going to open it in down here because this is what we just turned on. Having issues with Zoom client, join from your browser. So because I want to use this Chrome browser as my way to get in. So I'll usually name it whatever breakout room I would put this account in. So I'll put Higgins1 in breakout room number 1. Sometimes it makes you do these stupid pictures. Sometimes you get it wrong 10 times in a row. That's the most frustrating part about this. Got it first try. So I am now in the meeting. I'm going to join with my audio. When I do that though, where's my other account? This other account is going to, because I'm using both mics, it's going to echo. So what I need to do is join and then mute my tab. So I join, now I start echoing. If I mute the browser, I'm muting the whole browser, that keeps me from echoing while I'm in the main room. So if I want to, so now I have two accounts open. To get a third account, this is where it got a little tricky, was I cannot do it in a normal Chrome browser. Like if I just do a new tab and try it again, it'll kick me out of the first one. So what I have to do is I have two options. I can either use a Chrome private tab, and I could use one of those. I could use an Edge tab, an Edge browser or an Edge private browser. So I could do it all in those. What I found is easier is I have multiple Gmails. So if I log in Gmail, right now I'm not signed in. If I sign into account, it opens a new browser for me. I can paste my link there, join as attendee, join from my browser, and it lets me log in that way. So I have to find the motorcycles. Like I said, this is the part that takes the longest, is just setting everything up. So I usually do this before class. So I just have the account sitting there. Join. For some reason this one's already muted, so I don't have to mute it because I don't want to echo. So now I have two accounts. Um, since I have more Gmail accounts already like kind of on this computer, I just use those. I could do, I don't even know how to do it. A private browser, I could use Edge. Do that just to show. So here's my Edge. We'll log in, join as an attendee, cancel, join from your browser. This would be my third one. Find the crosswalks. All right. So if I tried to join another one on Edge, I would have to do an Edge private or a I could do a Chrome private, or I can log into another Gmail account. So those are my options to keep doing more. I'll stop at 3 just so I don't have too many. Join, mute tab. So I have 4 accounts. Here's my main Zoom one right here, the one with the app that I can get to easily. So now I will put each of these accounts into a breakout room. So we'll do 3 breakout rooms. If I'm going to have 4 breakout rooms, I would add another browser. I never use my main account as one that I'm going to put in a breakout room. The reason is because I can't mute my main account. So if I'm in a room with kids and they're talking and I need to listen to this group, group number 1, I can't mute my main account. So I always have a browser in there, not my main account. So I'll do 3 groups. I'll assign the numbers. I always try to have my name number and the room number together. Kind of helps me get less confused because this is a confusing process. So I'll open all the rooms. So now I got my main account. It's by itself. If someone gets kicked, I can see them come in. If someone comes in late, I can see them come in. Whatever. I have this main account just kind of sitting on the side in case I need it. So I have my 3 accounts. I now can unmute them because the echo, since I'm not in the room with my live mic, because my mic, the only mic that is on is in the main room. So since that isn't on, since that's not in the other rooms, I can't hear anything. I would now be able to, since I unmuted these tabs, I would be able to hear the students talking if they come in these rooms talking. So sometimes they come in and they start talking to each other. I just mute it so I don't have to listen to them for a second. Um, if I want to listen to them all right now, I could hear them all. If I just want to listen to room 1, I would mute room 2 and room 3. And the way I keep track of that is because my numbers, Higgins 1, 2, and 3, that's how I know which is room 1, 2, and 3. But I'll unmute them all for now. So right now I would be able to listen to all the rooms. If I unmute all the mics, because they're all using this mic right here, whatever my default mic is, all 3 rooms can hear me. So they can't hear each other. Room 1 can't hear room 3. But since I have all of my mic unmuted, every room can hear me speak. So I would say something like, all right, we're all in our rooms. Um, Go ahead and discuss question number 1. Um, Decide who wants to go first, or I'll say the youngest person, figure out who's the youngest, and that person's going to go first. Then I mute myself. That way, if, let's say, I want to talk to room 1, I unmute room 1. These 2 are still muted. They can't hear me. Um, if I want to only listen to room 1 and talk to them, I would mute these 2, unmute that, make sure this isn't muted. So now I'm only talking to room 1. It just, whatever combo, this takes a little bit of getting used to, but what I like about this is I can talk to all 3 rooms at once or only 1 room at once. I can hear all 3 groups at once, or only 1 or 2 rooms at once. It gives me a lot of options to be able to monitor all 3 rooms at the same time. If I notice someone's not talking on room 1, I'll kind of check in and be like, hey, are we good over here? Or if I wasn't listening, I'll unmute them and listen for a second. A lot of options. Anything else I missed? Anything confusing? That's pretty much it. I'll usually just do advanced sharing options so everyone can share their screen so I don't have to worry about it. Um, if you want to give one of your accounts host privilege, they would have to leave the room. So I would have to leave the room. Then when they're back, am I echoing? There we go. Um, when they're and then that's the other confusing thing. Sometimes it starts echoing. You don't know where it's coming from. Kind of just have to say hold on and figure it out. Um, but if I want to give Higgins one host, they have to be in the main room. I make the co-host, and then I can send them. Or then in the browser, I can go back to my breakout room, join, join. Of course, it's not going to work right now. Oh, there we go. All right, so now it's in the breakout room. Hmm, it's not joining. Yeah, see, there's a error right there, but I can move it from the main one, so I just moved it to 2 and then back to 1, and now he's in his where he's supposed to be as the host. Um, I have to rejoin with the audio, but little technical difficulties like that show up. They're pretty easy to figure out, but overall, it's very helpful being able to monitor all rooms at once. I do use two screens, so I'll usually have my main one and my first one on one screen, my second one and third one on another screen, so I can really make them big and see the students. That you can look at gallery view. I don't have, I can show that right now. If I move, let's see, breakout rooms, let's move this one so these two are together. So I can change it, my view to gallery mode so I can see all the students at once. I think if it's like or 8 people, I'm not sure exactly, but um, that way you can really see who's participating and or you could do speaker view if it's just one speaker. That is pretty much it. Definitely helpful. Um, you could change your audio mic settings. Takes a little time to play with. I did it on stuff I wasn't uh, too worried about, like if it was small breakout rooms where they kind of knew what to do and I didn't have to monitor them too close. That's how I practiced it and figured it out. It took me a few periods to get used to it, and now it's pretty smooth. The setup is just the hardest part. But that's how you do multiple breakout rooms, monitor multiple rooms, just using one account.